Hey, what's up, Des? Yeah, decided I would try it out and see how it goes. YouTube, are you getting my ingest? Please tell me. Content. Do you want to work? Are you going to work? It didn't work. There we go. All right. Don't know if the music is at an okay volume, but this is probably good enough to get started. All right, I don't think the move this a little. I don't think the marks on this pencil are gonna show up very well, because like I got it right here. Now I was making some marks, and it's like not showing up at all. And I was kind of messing with the camera settings and sketch hard. Hey, what's up, Huz? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I don't know. It's a 3H pencil, so it's pretty hard, and it's not gonna really make super dark marks. But I don't want it to, because I don't plan on just working with pencil today. I got some watercolor stuff I want to work with too. So, oh, I just realized that this is the old chat. Hang on. What happens if I do this? It doesn't look nearly as good. What the heck? Can I like extend it this way? Nope, don't want to do that. There we go. What if I use Control? Nope. What if I do Alt? Nope, that doesn't do it. Control Alt? Control Shift. Nope, that doesn't do it either. Alright, whatever. I might just have to mess with the chat a little bit. Properties. Height 600. What if we made it like 1000? Would that be better? Did it work? Oh, now it's off the stream. Someone say something. Okay. That's better. I think I like that better. That should work. Alright, well, this is all kind of a new format for me, so this is going to be very weird. Also, I moved around like a whole bunch of stuff in my room, which is good because I feel like I have a lot more space. The icons are lined up. Oh, well, see, the Streamlabs chat does it differently. The Streamlabs chat does it so like all of the messages are lined up. So it doesn't line it up from like the left margin. It lines it up from the middle by where the messages start. So yeah, it's kind of weird. You know what? Now that you've mentioned that, that's like triggering my OCD. I don't like that. But whatever. Anyway, yeah. So I got some new watercolors. These are my old watercolors. These are Prang or Prong, P-R-A-N-G. And these ones are not very good. They are like literally like the school brand. Hey, what's up, Shira? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna do some traditional art today. And I've used these quite a bit. And they suck, long story short. But they work for what I need them to do, more or less. Typically. Usually. They're, I don't know, kind of hard to mix. I'm sure anyone who's seen a set of these has probably used it at least a little bit, and kind of know how they feel. I think these sets are probably the reasons why people think that watercolors is hard. I think I've had enough difficulty with this, but the more and more videos I've watched of people working with watercolors, the more I'm convinced that it's like these just make the process harder than it needs to be, in my opinion. But maybe that's just me. A lot of people work with tubes instead of like the pans, like these. And I want to try working with the tubes. I just haven't decided to pull the trigger because I know if I let myself, I would buy way too much art supplies. So call them preschool paint. Oh yeah, that's essentially what this is. It's like you can still, like an artist who knows what they're doing can still make these look nice. I am not an artist who knows what they're doing, and I cannot. But get some crayons and melt them in water. That is essentially what this is. Crayons melted in water. So I might use a little bit of these today. We'll see. See how carried away we get. But I've heard good things about these. This is called Mei Liang. It's probably gonna like get completely drowned out by the thing. Oh, there's a little parrot there. And it says Mei Liang. But it is, I suppose, a Chinese brand of watercolors. But they are sold for cheap on Amazon. It's a lot more colors, and I bought them specifically because there was a lot more colors and variety of colors. And for some of the work that I wanted to be doing with my watercolors, which I don't know if I'm ever going to get to. We'll see. But I figured, you know, it'd be better to have like the discrete colors here instead of having to mix my own colors every time. So I haven't used these yet, and I got off work and I just kind of had a rough day. So I was like, you know what? I can freaking use my nice watercolors because I keep watching YouTube videos on people painting with watercolors. So I'll probably break these out today. This is probably what I want to be using. Yeah, and then we have a few choices of brushes. My collection. This is just generic artist loft brushes. There's nothing fancy about these. These cost me maybe like $6 for the whole set. But it's a good set. It's white Taklon, so it's like the basic synthetic material that most synthetic brushes are made out of, from my understanding. It holds paint and water okay. As a matter of fact, probably terribly. But I've never really used a really nice brush. I have a really nice brush, but I've never used it. But I've never really used a nice brush, so I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference, truth be told. Because I haven't broken it out yet. Whenever I buy new art supplies that are nice, I'm like, I almost feel bad using them. Because I don't feel like I deserve the quality. I'm worried I'm going to wreck it or something. But, you know, that's also how we learn, so maybe I should just bite the bullet. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so I've used these with the prong watercolors a lot, or the prang watercolors. And they work fine. They're good watercolor brushes for the price, in my opinion. They're really not terrible. Another set that I have are these, they're called Royal Langnickel, or Langnickel Zen watercolor brushes. And these, I researched them ahead of time because it didn't say on the package, but I guess this is goat hair on some of these brushes. There's a little like white Taklon brush here. I guess it's for scrubbing. But I got these because I wanted to try a natural hair brush. Haven't had an opportunity to use these yet, so maybe we can do a little bit of that today as well. And then, because I needed to buy something to make myself feel better, I bought some water, what would you call these? This says on the label water brush, Niji brand water brushes. And this is basically my first time opening the package, so I've never actually really messed with these. I think the Mei Liang set actually came with one of these, but I wanted to get one that had like a flat tip, and so this one actually comes with like a flat tip on it as well. But yeah, so essentially what you do is you fill the actual, yeah, they look really cool, and I've heard really good things about them, especially from people who do watercolor, like if they're out and about. Like their travel sets usually include one of these because they can just put the water inside the actual barrel of the pen itself. This is hollowed out, and it says push on the side. I don't know if you can even see it, but yeah, so you just actually fill the barrel with water, and then as you're painting, or if you need to wet with the brush anymore. You can just kind of squeeze it a little bit, give it a little squeeze, and supposedly water is supposed to come out of the end here. So we'll see. I guess sounds about right. There's like a hair coming out of the side here. I don't think that's supposed to be here. Looks like it's got a kind of a stray hair over here, but whatever. It shouldn't affect where the actual pen tip is. Yeah, so I've heard lots of good things about them, and I keep seeing this set at work, so I was like, you know what? I'm buying it. I don't remember what the price was because I blacked out while I was buying it. I was like, retail, get me out of here. Don't be scared to squeeze. Yep. Yep. Actually, I do kind of want to open this one and see what the flat tip looks like as well, but yep, that's a flat tip. Flat indeed. So I'm stoked to have an opportunity to mess with it. So we'll do a little bit of that today as well. I'll mess with these and break these out in addition to those Royal Zen brushes. I really want to use those. I don't know if I'm going to do much character work today, but I do need to swatch these Meliang watercolors. As a matter of fact, let's swatch them against the Prang watercolors as well, because I don't know if I've ever done proper swatching for these. But might as well start, right? Always a good time. The Meliang watercolors actually came with, also it's just going to wash it out evidently, but it came with a sheet of the names of all the colors, I guess, in order. And it's a watercolor paper, so I suppose they expect people to actually do their swatching on this, but we'll see. We'll see. I think for now we'll just use our fancy, this is Strathmore watercolor paper, 400 series. Nothing fancy. Nothing super fancy. But I wanted to get a small book because I feel like looking at a lot of the giant watercolor pads that I got recently, it's like overwhelming. I'm like, how am I gonna fill this thing? I feel bad using the whole thing when I like don't know if I want to commit to that, you know? So I figured with a smaller canvas I can get a little bit more detailed and I'm not gonna have to worry too much about it. What color things are, Croc? Just trust your eyes. I will trust you, Huz. I'll trust your eyes with my life. All right. So once again, this is the Meliang watercolor or water brush that it came with. We'll set this one aside for now because I don't want to use it just yet. Use watercolor paper for other crafts, so I got the large pad. Oh yes. I'm curious what other crafts you use it for. You're colorblind. Yeah, I know you're colorblind. You trust your eyes with your life, I assume. I mean, you've made it this far, so that's got to count for something. Today our color palette will be Alizarin Crimson, Phthalo Blue, and yeah, go full Bob Ross on it, right? Maybe we'll see. Okay, so I got a cup of water right here. This is my cup of water. It's out of the frame. Also, I'm going to change the song because I don't want to listen to the Dragon Quest. Oh, it's almost over anyway. Whatever. Dragon Quest battle theme. Why the heck not? All right, so we're gonna start with like, how about a number 8 brush? Where the heck is the number 8 brush? Number 8 seems to be like the standard. Whenever I watch a watercolor tutorial, or like a brush review, they're like, I just picked up a number 8 brush and I've been working with that. So I think that's probably a good place to start. This is a number 8 brush, a number 8 round, so really nothing fancy about the tip. These have been pretty worn out, and I don't like clean them super duper well whenever I'm done with them, so that's why it's just colored. And barely holds a point, but once it gets wet, let's see, I should be able to kind of form it into a point here. Yeah, it seems to kind of fall into a point pretty easily there. Doesn't seem to have too much issue, so whatever, good enough for me. All right, I don't have a squirt bottle or anything to revitalize these paints, but I do have a tiny little dropper right here. So a pipette. So we will do that first. And then we'll just like work our way across on the sheet, I guess. Let's see. That's probably fine, right? Something like that. Trying to align it so it's nice and parallel with the camera, but I don't know. I'll move that down here. Oh, almost spilled my water. I don't know if it's really even worth swatching white. I don't really know why they include white in a watercolor palette unless it's like an opaque white, so I have no idea what to expect from this. No idea at all. I know a lot of watercolor painters have two things of water. I just use one. I just use one cup because I'm really not that picky. Don't drink the paint water. It's rainbow juice. Yeah, it's gonna imbue me with its special powers. Yeah, so basically like all of the pigments, well not all of the pigments, but pretty much every single pigment in a modern paint is toxic, unfortunately, unless it specifically says non-toxic. And then I still wouldn't like recommend drinking it. I can only imagine how that would end. Probably not well. Just pouring water. So being like, this feels right. It's for mixing your own color. Yeah, no, I definitely would be using the top for mixing, so we'll see. Yep. Sure is white. Looks white to me. It's probably way more opaque. I'm sure if I actually put like something under this sort of white paint, it would look nice, but I didn't. So you'll just have to take my word for it. It is in fact white paint. How do you know it's non-toxic if you don't try it? They could be lying. That's true. They're keeping us from the wonders that is the rainbow juice, right, Huz? All right, you know what? I could just reinvigorate it with the brush, but instead we're going to use the freaking pipette because I got it out and I talked about it, so that's what's happening. These pans are like really full, so I'm worried I'm gonna spill it over into the other colors if I fill it up too much or agitate it too much. I kind of put a lot of water in this actually now that I'm looking at it. White on white painting go. You'll make millions. Oh yes. So this is going on like way more vibrant than the Prang watercolors. Holy moly. Let's see, maybe I can kind of like wash it out a little. And kind of drag it out and see if I can't pull the pigment out a little bit more. But so far it just looks like... Yeah, it's kind of hard to do any sort of gradient there, but... Do you have some tissue ready? Oh yeah, no, I have something I'm wiping my brush on. Like these use small brush pens. Oh, with the water in the barrels? I should. The thing is I've never used them before, so I'm just using the brush that I know. But yeah, there's probably enough water actually in these brushes to actually get something out of the paint instead of having to use the dropper. The dropper was probably overkill. Try it, it won't bite. Soon! Soon! I need to build up suspense. Brush pen hype, Shira. Brush pen hype. For the pens in case you knock it and splatter it. Oh yeah, no, I got it. I got one handy. We're all good. Okay, this is an orange. What is this? Okay, so the yellow was a lemon yellow. This is a cadmium yellow. So it's going to be a little bit closer to an orange color. And yep, that is definitely looking a little bit more orange now, ain't it? There's a lot of pigment in that. Holy moly. I don't know what they put in those Prang watercolors, but they suck compared to this. Delicious cadmium, yes. I don't know what type of pigments they use to make non-toxic paints. And I'm kind of curious why they don't just use those pigments in like professional grade paints. Maybe like the only difference between like artists or like the child paints and the professional paints is just like they design the professional paint specifically to kill people. All right, this is a orange yellow. And yep, looks like an orange yellow to be honest. Just watch that pigment kind of flow in there. Looks pretty good to me. I don't know if I like how it's like reacting with the paper. It just doesn't seem super, I don't know. Seems like it's leaving something to be desired in terms of like how well it's doing a gradient. But that's also because I like don't know what I'm doing, so don't look at me. Don't freaking look at me. I say as I specifically stream myself on twitch.tv. It's kind of hard to see. There's a reflection like right in the water based on where I've put the lamp, so yeah, that orange yellow really did not do any sort of gradient, but I think with this cadmium orange, which is what we're using right now, it is doing a little bit more of a thing there. Might be too much water. It could be too much water. I was thinking it's probably actually too much paint. I might be picking up too much. But since I'm trying to reactivate the colors with the brush, I mean, I really can't help but pick up a little bit more. This is a cadmium red. It's definitely pretty darn red now, ain't it? Oh, so we just finished the Dragon Quest 1 soundtrack, and now we're going into the Dragon Quest 2 soundtrack. Which, they're basically the same thing, by the way. In terms of, like, the soundtrack. Yeah, it's just because I'm reactivating the paints that it's having such a problem. Okay, so the previous one was the cadmium red. This is vermilion. So we'll see. This is probably like the least exciting thing for Huz to be watching right now, and I don't entirely know. Like, I know this is probably just incredibly riveting content, Huz. Yeah, just watch that bleed into all the water I just put down, right? Alright, what else do we have? This one's going to be Scarlet. I need to squish these colors in. I'm going to run out of space on my paper. You like seeing people stream art or learn stuff. Yeah, this is essentially me like giving myself an excuse to try all the art things that I bought that I never really had an opportunity to use, so. I appreciate you sticking around. It's fun to have you around. There's so much, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's like, it just seems like there's so much pigment. And I don't know what to do with it because the Prang watercolors like don't have that. They don't do that. So I don't know. They're definitely behaving differently. Drink rainbow juice. Oh, yes. You're cleaning your crafting desk Tuesday. You're not crazy about it. You should buy like a fancy organization thing, and that will give you like more of an excuse to be excited about it, right? Okay, so what was that? Wait. Vermilion, Scarlet. This is Carmine? Is it Carmine or Carmine? I don't really know the difference. It says mine car. This is definitely like a more purplish. It's got I see the blue hues. Carmine. You have a ton of storage. Oh. Well, in that case, don't buy more storage. Wow, so when this gets like pulled out, when the pigment gets pulled out, it starts looking like more like you see like the real purple bits start to show up. So you got like the super bold parts look way more red, but then as it kind of washes out, it looks way more purple. Just let it turn into a hot mess. All right, so we're moving on to ruby red. I actually don't know what colors Huz can see. So I know your character is blue, so I assume you can see blues. My dropper, it's up here. I have it right here. Colorfulness. Can't find the sewing machine. Ooh, that definitely sounds like a pile, that's for sure. All right, let's pull this down. This is like, this in my opinion is the closest we've gotten to blood today. Besides me being at my customers' throats. That was the next closest. No, but this was a, what was this? No, this is a ruby red. Wait, so what was before it? Carmine? Oh yeah, this was Carmine. This was a ruby red. Now we're going to go into, well, hang on, I don't like this. I want all the pigment to be on like one side. I want to at least kind of act like I was going to go for something gradient here, but add a drop or two and use a dry brush. I could do something like that too. Figure out what my mistake is here as we're going through. Yeah, you know what? I'll probably just add it and then I'll clean the brush afterwards and then I'll just pick up what is on here. All right, this was a matter red. It's the Matter Daddy. Everyone knows what the Matter Daddy is. The Matter Daddy is maybe one of my favorite things. If you don't know what the Matter Daddy is, you should soon learn. And don't be afraid to ask questions either. All right. Yeah, I mean, that sure is red. Shh, just let it happen. All right, we're like completely ran out of space, so it's a good thing that I squished everything in. But we made it work. You know what? If I just clean it off, and even if I dab it here, and then maybe I try and pull it, it'll be fine. Let me see. Yeah, that one kind of looks fine. There, I finally got some sort of like gradient action on it. Yeah, I think the thing is it's actually too much water. I think y'all were right about that. I like this nice diagonal line just coming up here. So silly. All right, we're moving on to the next one. This is violet red. We'll see really how violet red it actually is. Oh no, I got a little bit in my green. I don't like that. Sometimes you just see blue as purple or the other way around, and you can't tell when bananas are ripe. Oh, so that's like a yellow and green thing. Do they just look the same to you in that case? I know one of the viewers who goes by some beach, who drops by the stream every once in a while. He only sees monochromatic hues. Supposedly. That's what he's told me. I'll take his word for it. He's like the only person I've met who is that sort of colorblind though. As long as they taste like banana, they're fine. I don't know if I've had an unripe banana enough to know if it really tastes like banana. You could probably tell if you. All right, so you might not be able to tell if they're ripe, but you could probably tell if they've gone bad, right? Because they get like the dark spots on them, so you could see the difference in value, just not the difference in shade, or not the difference in hue. Sorry. All right, so that was a violet red, violent red. It was indeed a violet red. I would say so myself. We're gonna make this like a little nicer now and try and actually go in like a nice little line. The color of my water is changing incredibly. But an overripe banana is like perfect for that is true. Something sugars inside. The powers within. Do not doubt the powers within. What? There's so much freaking pigment in these. It was absurd. I thought I wasn't. This is crazy. I need to compare this against this purple. This purple over here is like nothing compared to this purple. This is insane. What color did I just use? This one is it's called fresh purple, and it does indeed look fresh purple. This is like what they color. This is like the color that they used to color eggplants or aubergines. Aubergines. Is it a hard G or a soft G? The purple, that purple is hella bright. Oh no, I just got water in it. No! Whatever. It looks fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So this is definitely, that is a very purple. Like a deeper purple. The next one I'm going to use is deep violet. So we'll see. I think we're heading more into like a bluish territory here. I am not colorblind, but on certain days, if I'm tired or if I haven't eaten, it's hard for me to differentiate between pale greens and pale blues. If I look at the two of them right next to one another for too long, I won't be able to tell the difference. They just blend out to gray for me. They like legit just turn gray. This one is this one's even like a deeper purple than the fresh purple. This was a deep violet. But yeah, this one's even maybe even more of like a, I don't know how to describe that. I think the fresh purple over here, this one has more like red tones in it. It's even closer. Like I see how it compares more to these reds. So yeah. Jeans. Oh, aubergines. Auber pants. They look the same. They are very close. They are indeed very close. I can definitely see this one looks way more muted to me, while this one looks more vibrant. But let's see. Now we're moving on to, this is a light sky blue, so this is more out of purple territory. And headed more into a blue territory. We shall see. I'm glad I decided to swatch these today, because I never thought I'd be able to get this much pigment out of pans. That too looks like what people use for Huzz's eyes. This one right here, the light sky blue that I just put down, or the purple. At least the block thingy. I'm trying to think. Based on just the blocks, oh, this one up here or this one down here. I mean, yeah. I see, I said down here, but really this is like down here for you guys, isn't it? I just realized that it's upside down for me. I don't think it'd be much help even if I flipped the camera, would it? Oh, well, whatever. I'm not going to do it now. I'm trying to think like what color is actually closest to Huzz's color here. Let's see. As we keep going, maybe I'll find one. This one's a pretty light blue. This one's too light to be a Huzz blue, in my opinion. But we'll see. All right, so that was a light sky blue. This is just called sky blue. This is definitely a more vibrant blue. As I add the water, it actually changes color. Realistically, the artist who first did the ref took the time to sit with you and use your actual eyes as the base first. Oh. That's a good artist. This is already, yeah. This is almost too vibrant to be a Huzz blue, but this actually reminds me a little bit more of what color Huzz is. Yeah. Oh, yes. Especially like right here as it kind of gets washed out. This is like definitely right at the bottom, more so the color that I see Huzz as. Tell me you had beautiful eyes. Oh, so sweet. Check every color to see if we can find the Huzz tummy blue. All right, let me see. What is this one? This one is, all right, so we already went through sky blue. This is fresh blue. Okay, so we had fresh purple, which was this one. This is fresh blue, so let's see. Just how fresh are we talking? Like same day? Caught the same day? Has it been like refrigerated at all? It hasn't been in a freezer, right? Frozen isn't very fresh. Maybe I just have high standards. Wow, truth be told, it's really hard to tell the difference between this one and the sky blue over here. Yeah, as a matter of fact, these ones are, wow, so close to me. Like, I don't actually know why I would want one over the other. They're essentially the same paint, in my opinion. The same color. I mean, I kind of see it. I see it more on the webcam than I see it on the page. On the page, it just doesn't quite show up like that. Huz was supposed to be teal. Yeah, okay. I can see that. He is pretty teal. He's a pretty, I don't know. Yeah, he might as well be teal. He's so close. It's so close. And this is just like me, like going from memory. Oh, geez, I have people messaging me. All right, let's go to the next color. So what was that? That was a fresh blue. All right, so we have cobalt blue coming up next. So let's go ahead and do that. This is not a very fancy set of watercolors. They do not cost very much. I think it was under $20. So they would probably be at best student grade, but I've heard a lot of really good things about them, and now I'm glad that I picked them up. We sell a variety of watercolors at my store, and Shira would know this, called Daniel Smith watercolors. And they're regarded as some of the best watercolors on the market right now. They are professional grade watercolors, and we have a pack of them, like 8 tubes, and I want to buy it. I don't know what I would use it for because I don't feel like I'm good enough to warrant them, but it's a mixing set. Oh no, it's not 8 tubes, it's 6 tubes, I think. And then like a base or something, a watercolor base or something. But yeah. Fresh on it. Now you have an ad for Audible. Oh, legit, those last 3 have no difference at all. They are incredibly close. I could definitely see it. This one's got a little bit more. What was this? This was the sky blue. This one's got a little bit more of like a. This is, yeah, like I said, this was the Huz, the closest to like a Huz blue, in my opinion. This one is a little bit closer to like a blue that I would think so. Like the blue when I think of blue. This one is like legit the blue that I think of when I think of the color blue. Like this is like an RGB level blue here, in my opinion. The camera is a piece of crap. I tried to like adjust colors and everything before I started this stream, but I don't think I really did a really good job, so whatever. All right, moving on. We have, that was a cobalt blue. This is ultramarine. This next one is, wait, was that? No, there's a cobalt blue ultramarine. Yes, ultramarine coming up. Okay. This looks really dark for ultramarine. I would not expect the pan to be this dark, but we'll see. I thought for sure, I was looking at tubes in the store the other day, and I thought for sure I wanted a tube of ultramarine based on the swatch that they had there in the store, but I don't know. It reminds me of kind of like, well, the swatch at least reminded me of like a, more of like an ocean, like a really blue ocean. Okay, legit. This cobalt blue and the ultramarine look almost no different to me. Like, these are so close. I would, if you held one of these up in a blind test, if I didn't have this perspective right now that I'm looking at them and I could tell the difference, but you held each one up like separately and asked me which one they were, I'd probably get it wrong 50% of the time. Straight up, wouldn't be able to get it right. We're back to purple. Is this looking more purple to you? The next one we have is called Turkey Blue. I don't know why it's called Turkey Blue. Turkeys are not blue. Maybe it was made in the country of Turkey by Turks. You never know. There's a fly by my microphone. Let's see. Try it off a little. See if we can't pull it out here. Beep. It's very satisfying coming in here like with an almost perfectly dry brush and wetting the paper just a little bit and watching all the pigment just go shoosh and like fill the area. All right, I like this blue a lot. This was a turkey blue. I like it a lot. It's got a little bit more of like a greenish or a yellowish tint to it. More greenish, I guess, would be the color. And as it starts pulling out, this is more so what I would imagine. Like if I was going to use something for like an ocean scene, that's the type of blue that I would pick. This is like, this color reminds me of the ocean in Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Like that's kind of the color that it is to me. Still purple. If it's a blind test, how can you see them? Wow. I'm surprised it's still purple. So is there that much of a differentiation then for you between these blues here? And are these purples, these three purples over here on the edge, any different from these three over here that we just put down? That one might be your favorite blue so far. This is definitely, I think, my favorite blue so far. I love this. This is turkey blue. That's awesome. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, that's good. Still purple. The first one is purple. Okay, well, this one's barely purple. It's definitely like the most red purple. But yeah. It looks pink. Oh, yes. Actually, it is rather pink now that I'm like looking at it. When I'm thinking pink, like this one up here, what was this? This was a rose red. This rose red ended up being really pink. This one is definitely more pink-ish. But once again, if someone like held the color up to me out on the street, I don't know who does this, but they would hold the color up to me and ask me what color it is. I'd probably be like, oh, that's like a maroon purple, I guess. Maroon. It's a weird color. I remember, I think the first time I learned the word maroon, someone like held up something that was maroon colored and was like, look at this maroon blanket. Isn't it so pretty? And I was like, oh, that's what that color is called. I hate it. I don't hold such a, what's the word? Such harsh feelings for it now. But this one, definitely, this was a Prussian blue. So definitely we're getting Bob Ross up in here, but this is a, yeah, so this is Prussian blue. And I actually really dig this. Look at I mean, laying down the pigment, it's so thick right up here. And then when we get down here, it blends out into this nice, I don't know. I just like I like how the difference in value between having so much pigment on one end versus the other. It looks pink. If you go from that pink red, pink purple pink purple times 2, blue times 2, and then purple times 2. Wow. How interesting. Because these, I could see these maybe being mistaken for a purple. This one especially. But these, wow. How interesting. I'm fascinated by your eyes, Hez. All right, what do we got? We got Payne's Gray. Let's see how gray this truly is. Wait a minute. Are we... What? Was I able to... Oh, I guess I was able to slip a extra swatch into the area of 2 of the previous swatches here. This is like just black to me. I really do not see this as a very vibrant hue at all. Yep, that's gray. Sure is a gray. This is like a block. Like seriously, it doesn't like this color doesn't look like they tried to even morph it into the pan at all. So funny. All right. What color is this? This is yellow green. You want them? I'll swap. It would definitely make this a little bit different. Definitely make this process. So definitely as I drag it out, I drag out the pigment into the wash here, it's more yellow. And on the definitely where there's more pigment, you see more of a green. How are you with green? Oh yeah, banana. I was about to say. Okay, so for this, it's probably just got so much less exciting for you. I apologize. This one is a tree green. I put my faith in this paper. Like, if I needed to do a wash on this paper, I could do that. The previous watercolor paper that I had sucks. It was a the Canson watercolor paper. I don't know why it sucks so bad, but it sure did. This so far is maybe my least favorite color in the palette. You're back. Dinner's not ready? Oh, I'm sorry. Shira has very different interpretations of these blues and purples. This is a good green. I like this green. You know what? I don't mind this green. Now that I'm actually looking at it, the swatch of this is fine, but on stream it sucks. And sorry, I got a little bit of bleeding there from the other green just because I tried to get them really close together and it didn't quite work. But whatever. The last 3 minus the dark blue look like the first 3. These 3? Look like these? Uh-oh. Shira, I had bad news. I'm just kidding. Tell you what, Croc, I'll take a screenshot and label them as what I can see them as once you're done. Sure. I'd love that. I'm very interested in seeing that. This will help me if I ever do any more art for you in the future. As a matter of fact. Okay, what did we just do? Okay, that was tree green and... Oh, that was... the one we just put down was called Hooker's Green. And now we're gonna get into deep Hooker's Green. I never thought that the hookers would be so involved in the professional art scene, but... I don't judge. They can have hobbies, right? Everyone can see how broken your eyes are. Fair enough. How deep the hookers go. Yep. It's oh, this is brown? Ooh, this reminds me of like a type of green that American people use to represent like Irish things. Kind of. Yeah, that's brown. Really? So strange. We're getting up to some browns here later in the palette. I want to see how these compare to this green that the deep Hooker's green that we just put down. All right, now we're getting into emerald green. Sounds promising. I love the color of emerald. I mean, I love Pokemon Emerald version, so it must be good, right? They wouldn't do me like that. They can't have like one of the best versions of Pokemon called Emerald Green and then have the actual color be crappy. That would just be sacrilege. There's a freaking fly in my mouth. Yeah, alright. This is cool. It's a very vibrant, kind of bluish green color. Wow, on stream that looks really blue. Off stream, I mean, my crappy 720p camera, I don't even know if this is 720. I don't think this even does HD. Anyway, this crappy webcam is just, it's not going to be able to replicate this color. But this one looks way different in real life than it does on camera. This looks way too blue on my stream, in my opinion. You were diagnosed as colorblind at school as a child because you colored trees backside first? Brown leaf and green oh. It would... I imagine Tiny Huz rolling a stealth check. Being like, I'm not going to give away the fact that colors are weird for me. So you're just like faking it till you make it, and then you paint a tree backwards. Hey, what's up, Nico? Welcome to the stream. We're swatching watercolors because I have never had an opportunity to do these, so... I've had these for a while and just never really got down to it, so thanks for showing up. Also, our friend Huz here is a certain type of colorblind, and he has very generously been patient with me while we compare all of these different colors, and it's I have been enjoying myself. I hope he is as well. But it's fun to see for him to say what he sees after I put a color down. So what are we doing now? This is an olive green. So the last one was an emerald green. This is an olive green. Croc D&D stream confirmed. It would be fun. Ooh, so this pigment does not want to jump into wet areas like the others. But yep, this definitely looks like an olive green. I would sure say so. Oh, hang on. This one is green, but somewhere over here there's a brown. Somewhere over here. This one is green, but these are brown. This is more, to me, this is more brown than anything so far. So if none of the browns is a potato brown, throw the palette away. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure there's going to be a potato brown in here. Potato's going to potate. What are we ending? Okay, we're ending Dragon Quest II. Now we're going to get into Dragon Quest III soundtrack, I guess. So get ready to hear a lot of the same music. Russet brown. Is there a russet brown? Nope. Not a color called russet brown on this palette, unfortunately. Alright, so that was an olive. This is yellow ochre. It really doesn't look very yellow to me. It looks, I mean, I see why they would call it yellow, but this is like a tan, super light brown color to me. Driving you crazy? Should we change it? I could always switch it to something else. It kind of feels like we're just playing on a loop at this point because all of the Dragon Quest themes are the same. Is it royalty free? Or otherwise, can it be used freely on the stream? If it's royalty free, I might try it. All right, so that was, oh shoot. Hang on, I forgot to wash out the color. There we go. It's Nintendo, so maybe not. Normally you can get away with Nintendo. Is it Animal Crossing? I do like Animal Crossing music. Good thing the VOD didn't say. It looks kind of Mesa-ish. Oh, Zelda. Oh yeah, Zelda music is good. I like Zelda. I do like this color the more that I'm looking at it. I could make a lot of assumptions about this color looking at it as it is right now, but if anyone's curious what we're listening to. What is this? Oh yes. I have come across this. Okay. Mess with some levels here. Try not to get it too high, but that should be fine. Like Airs Rock. Yeah, I like this. It is kind of a good rock color. A lot of the rocks, I think, around where I live are probably this color. Or something close to it. Alright, what was that? That was a yellow ochre? No, that was a yellow ochre. Yes. Okay, this is a yellow sienna that we're going to be putting down. I feel like I barely picked up any pigment here. Hang on. There we go. Oh, so much more deep there. So it took a little bit more water to activate that, but we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Going very light with the wash here. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like this one picked up a lot of pigment when we were working with it. Can we get more? Maybe? Yeah, see, look, this color has the potential to be so much darker. Just the pigments are not picking up so readily. It really takes some time for the water to penetrate that little pan there. This is kind of muddy. A little bit darker than the yellow ochre, or the yellow ochre. This is a yellow sienna. Feel betrayed by your Love of Zelda series. Oh. I have not played a lot of this game. I've played like 1 hour of this game, to be honest. This would probably actually... This is a game I should play on stream. I should play all the Zeldas backwards, as a matter of fact. That's what I should do. I was going to play them from beginning to end, but I should play them backwards. I've already played the first one on stream, like, how many times? 2 times, maybe? I'm not going to try and describe what this one looks like right now. You know what? Okay, you know, I got something wholesome I can describe this color as. This is like a hot sauce. This is like I'm painting with Tapatio or Tabasco. That's what it feels like. As a matter of fact, I do kind of like that for a red. This paper is really good for washes, in my opinion. Holy moly. Something about once it gets wet, I don't know. It kind of like softens up. But if I'm just putting like it directly down, I don't know. Some of these turned out okay. I think I'm just using too much water on a lot of these. This one I used way too much water. These two I used way too much water. So yeah, it's probably just too much water. The brush is probably too big for what I'm trying to do with it. So it technically wouldn't be a replaying because you never finished it. It would be a first playthrough. Didn't miss much. Aw. I bought Black and White the day it came out. I pre-ordered Black and White the day it came out from GameStop. I got Victini and Zora as bonus Pokemon. Got to like the 3rd gym and then put the game down. And that's where I am. I have not made any more progress on Black and White. And people say that it was one of the best Pokemon games that they've played. Oh, looks like food's ready. Alright, so what did we just put down? This was a sienna. This one was a sienna. So we had a yellow sienna. This is just sienna. And now we're going to go into a burnt sienna. See, huz, these are brown to me. And on stream, I mean, this one looks a little bit more orange, but these ones definitely are more brown. You would never be able to convince me that this one is brown. Oh, this is a huz color. This is like actually a huz color. So it's these ones and this one. These two were like huz colors to me. I think I'm just not working fast enough. A lot of the Unova Pokemon are kind of bland. I agree. You flipped them. You flipped what? The burgers? Are you eating burgers? Are you having burgers without me? Now that they're dried a bit, they're easier to see. Yep, that is true. But these are definitely more so in the brown range, except for this one. The sienna is just coming out orange to me. Like straight up, it's just like a darker orange. Like these are super vibrant oranges. This one's just like a darker, earthy orange, which I love, by the way. This is fantastic. I love earth tones. Beautiful. All right, we got 3 more. Van Dyke Brown. All right, that's what this is. I love the violin in the background. That's so cool. That was a Van Dyke Brown. Yep, that sure is brown. I think either one of these two, either the burnt sienna or the Van Dyke Brown, is probably what I think of when I think of brown. It's probably one of these 2 colors. I just put like way too much water on there. I need to like lift some water off of here, please. Thanks. I'm also lifting all the pigment. Oh, so much for the swatch, right? That's probably fine. Oh my god, this paper is so much better than the other paper I was using. Dude, the Canson paper sucks. I'm only using Strathmore from now on. If I need to choose between the 2 of them. The Canson paper just falls apart as soon as it gets wet. And it's supposed to be watercolor paper. Like, what's up with that? You having potato wedges and pork chops. Ooh. You want them fully crunch. I get it. I get it. Oh my god, that's really, really loud. Got really loud all of a sudden. Alrighty. Next is Burned Brown. Gosh, I like this streaming setup so much better. I moved this desk. It used to have the Mac computer on it in the background of my previous streams. Now this is the desk that my actual computer is on and all of my normal monitors. Instead of the crappy IKEA desk that I was using previously, this one is it's a electric, like standing, sitting desk, like has the mechanical thing. So I just press the button and it goes up and down. All right, this is Burned Brown. Let's see just how burned it really is. Yep, that's pretty burned. Unlike Shira's potatoes. This one, compared to the Van Dyke Brown, I almost can't tell the difference. Alright, what do we have left? The last one, this is Coal Black. Have an L desk, but to share your desk with your cat's bed. Aw, that's cute though. It is a standing desk. Some of the time. It can't be right now because some of the cords that I have hooking up my monitor, they are not long enough. What was this? Coal Black. Oh, so this is just going to be a black color. It doesn't seem to actually be like taking to the paper really well. When I move it around, like in the wash, it just is like it just spreads around. Woo! Yeah, I don't know what's up with it. How strange, but it definitely does not seem to want to be cooperative. But it sure does go on black. Well, if you ever need a black, that sure is a black. Forgot how sleepy some of the village themes are. Oh yeah. Well, that is the swatch for the Meiliong, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Meiliong palette. This thing, I'm glad I bought this. There's so much pigment in these pans compared to the prong set. This thing sucks. This thing doesn't even compare, man. Holy moly. All right. So what I'm going to do next then is we are going to swatch these colors against these, and we're going to go ahead and put them down here. So let me go ahead. Put some water on there. Create a line for my own reference. All right, let's start with, we'll start with the red. This is the prang watercolors. They are maybe $4. They were easily half the price of the Meiliong set. I don't know what colors these are. I don't know what they're supposed to be, at least. But definitely, the pigment ran so much, it just all kind of like went away from the top. Think of the Meiliong watercolors, once you put that pigment down, it like, I don't know. The behavior of these watercolors is actually some of the behavior that I've seen in some of the the videos of people testing out higher end watercolors, which is really weird. It just all kind of runs into the wet area. So how strange. It just seemed like it was so excited to get away from, and it really sticks in my brush, holy moly. Really hard to clean these out. All right, let's move on to this orange color. Yeah, it was weird. The pigments really didn't sit on the page like some of these watercolors did. Yeah, dude, that pigment just races down the paper. Maybe it's because the swatches are different sizes? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Wow, yeah, it just ran. I don't know what to make of that. But they definitely behave so differently. It's almost apples to oranges. It's so hard to compare them. And these stick in my freaking brushes. It's so hard to clean out. All right, is it yellow? Oops. Here you go, sleep now. You work early-ish. All right. Well, rest well, Huz. Thanks for dropping by. To an art stream of all things. Where we're swatching colors. I feel so bad. I lied. I don't feel that bad. All right. Yeah, this is definitely... oh, you know what? The gradient shows up way more on stream than it does like actually looking down on the paper. But I think it's just because you're looking at it like from the angle that the light's hitting it, and the way that I'm looking at it, I think I'm getting like this Fresnel effect where I'm looking at it so strangely. You know what? Something else that I realized about the Meiliong colors that are very strange. All right, I definitely used like way too much water on some of these. Like this one and this one. These ones just got destroyed. Oh my god, I feel so bad. But these ones, this one right here, still has water on it. And I don't think I used too much water on it. I think the issue here is that these colors here just aren't, whatever is in that sienna does not want it to dry quickly. Because even like the coal black here, like this is, I mean, it's still a little wet, but mostly dry, especially compared to the sienna. Oh my god. But anyway. Alright, what's next? Green. We'll see. After we finish swatching them, we can kind of figure out how close they are to some of the Maillon colors, and maybe we figure out what they actually are. Alright, I need to leave room for 8. Well, you know what? We all freaking know what black it looks like. I don't need to swatch the black. Trying to do some sort of like gradient here, but I don't know. I don't think it's really working. That is a very vibrant green. This was supposed to be an emerald green right here. This is almost more emerald than the emerald green. How strange. I don't really know how to make heads and tails of this. This is such an apples to oranges comparison in my head. So we'll see. We're moving on to what is this? This is blue. Feels so bad. I'm practically scraping my brush along the paper here, but it's really hard to get the pigment to leave the actual brush. So that one's cool. That could be any number of these blues here. I think it's this one. What was this? That was a fresh blue. All right, now we got some purple going on. I think this purple has like some brown in it. I guess I was trying to mix brown and purple last time I was working with it. Should be more careful. And once again, it refuses to leave my brush. Shromenian! These blues seem to look more different from each other now that they're dry. Yeah, you know what? I can kind of tell the difference a little more. Especially right here. I mean, they're still really close. These two especially. I think these were the two earlier that I was like, if someone showed me them back to back, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But you know what? This one right here and this one. This was the sky blue, and I think... What was this? The sky blue and the turkey blue. These two right here, I think. Yep. The sky blue and the turkey blue are really hard to differentiate between each other, in my opinion. They are very close. Alright, anyway, so this was our purple. I don't think any of the purples up here got a comparable kind of color. These ones look way more red to me. These ones look like they have way more red in them than this one. This one is a little bit more lilac than the fourth. Is that what we're talking about? It's so hard to tell to me. They're so very close. But like I was mentioning earlier, blues and greens are really hard for me to tell apart from one another. So it could be that these two actually do look quite different. But as I'm looking at them, I'm kind of like, hard for me to tell. Fifth from my left. So this is my left over here. Wait. I'm trying to make sure that my thing isn't mirrored here for you. Yeah, Fifth, this would be fifth from my left. True purple is a bit more maroon than what they put in the smaller palettes. Let's see, what was the true purple? Well, we had a fresh purple and a deep violet. The fresh purple right here. But none of these purples, like I said, none of these purples seem to compare. As a matter of fact, this, what was this? This was a Payne's Gray. At least to the camera, the Payne's Gray looks closest to this purple. But looking at the paper, they're very different. But yeah, to the camera, I think that these two actually look very similar. It's a grape color. Yeah, it's so crazy. But it is good to see just how vibrant these are. Like these, you could just tell there's no pigment in these colors compared to what's happening right up here. Like, oh my god, the lemon yellow compared to whatever the heck this crappy yellow is. Holy moly, this lemon yellow is so vibrant. So crazy. Like, I know they look comparable to my crappy camera, but oh my god, let me tell you, in real life, this one looks so much better. Anyway, I got this one last brown to put down, and then we can figure out how they looking. Gray looks like a British sky blue. Yeah, I see it. I kind of see what you mean. Alright, let me see. So this is the prong brown. I have a feeling, what was this? The yellow sienna. This one right here. This is the sienna and this is the yellow sienna. I think the yellow sienna is the closest to this. It's still way more yellow. Like, honestly, in terms of just like raw hue, I think that the sienna and this brown are probably the closest. All of these are way too muted. All of these other browns here are way too muted. It's just so funny how different all of these colors are to one another. I mean, obviously this is a prong set. It's crap. It's, you know, lower than student grade, but semi-moist watercolors. It doesn't say anything about the colors that it's included or what. I don't know if it did in its original packaging. I don't think it had any more packaging than just this when I bought it. So, I mean, it's hard to believe I was painting with this for so long. After coming through and looking at all of these beautiful Méliès colors. How strange. Well, that has been an adventure in swatching. Let's get the black out at the bottom here. And I'll just try and, like, drag it along. We'll just see how long it takes before it runs out of pigment. Or my brush runs out of water, whichever happens first. It's doing the same thing as the coal black is doing, where it's kind of sitting on top. Now we're almost getting like just a dry brush type of texture going on. And I think that's more so the paper, because I've never seen this behavior from these prong watercolors before. Not on the Canson papers at least. But oh my god, look how black this is compared to the coal black. This is a pitch black. There's so much pigment right there covering that paper. So how crazy. Well, that was kind of a fun experiment. I'm glad I took the time to do that. What time is it? It's only 5? Oh, well, I did start a little earlier, so I guess that makes sense. Alright, what should we do now? I got some gouache colors we could swatch. But also, I don't necessarily want to spend all day swatching. I do kind of actually want to draw something. Or paint something. Oh, you know what? I never ended up using the brush pens. so I should probably do that. All right, so how do they work? So this is the one that came with the Meleong set. It looks like some of the fibers got like caught. Ew. Yeah, some of the fibers got like caught in the casing or something. So that's not good. Oh, did it fix itself? It might have. Oh, yeah, it looks like it might have fixed itself. Nope, it broke. Nope. I think I need to cut these off. Whatever. For now, it can stay until I decide I want it to. Until I decide that I care. So, did in fact screw off. This is just the nib, I suppose. The brush nib. This can just kind of hang out here, I guess, for now. You're back. What do you miss? Well, we finished swatching the prong watercolors, and I'm surprised at how little I'm able to compare the two of these two sets. How different they are and how different they reacted when I was putting them down on the paper. So I feel like I learned a little bit just about the behavior of the two sets at least, and I'm glad that I have both of them, and I would, if I needed a color from one instead of the other, I guess it's good to know how I could achieve that perhaps. Okay, this water is not very clean, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pull it from the water that I've been cleaning my brush in, but I have my handy dandy water bottle here and I have a pipette, so I'm just going to take the fresh water out of my water bottle that I am drinking out of. So probably not the best idea, but whatever. And we're just going to use the pipette to fill up the thingy here. As we fill, nope, that didn't get any of the water. Is it working now? Nope, didn't get anything. Come on. There we go. I'm worried I would like have to tip the. I have to tip my thing over, my water bottle over, in order to get access to the water. So we've pretty much almost filled this up. I don't know if you can see it, but the water is right about there. So we'll just run with that. Oh, that's not the right piece. So the bristles are staying dry without squeezing it. If I squeeze it. Alright, I saw a little drop of water kind of roll off the top of it there. So yep, it is definitely dry. And it looks like those rogue bristles... Oh, nope, never mind. I was going to say the rogue bristles, once they got wet, I thought they were going to decide to behave, but they still haven't. They're kind of coming off the side here. So that's a shame. I might just have to trim it up. But maybe once we're done using it, actually, it'll work. We'll see. Little goes a long way. Okay. Well, what should we mess around with? Let's see. I do not have much of an eye for design, gonna be honest. But let's use some of the Meleong stuff. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's just draw on the back of the swatches that we just did. Instead of ruining a brand new sheet. Not that I'm super worried about that, but... Alright. You know what? Let's see what we got here. What's like a good dark green? Like this one right here. Oh, it's actually... It removed itself from the... removed itself from the binding, so... Yeah, there's definitely... Oh, I definitely have to squeeze a little bit more to get the water out. I get a little bit more water than I thought I'd have to... Or a little less water than I thought would just naturally be flowing through the pen, to be honest. You know what? No, the water's kind of coming through now. Oh, oof. Suddenly lots of pigment. Just kind of spread that around a little. I do not consider myself to be much of a watercolor artist, but I'd like to be. And practice makes perfect, right? I feel like I'm kind of getting some cool textures out here at least. It's weird. It's actually kind of hard to control. There is one little strand. Oh, I pulled it out. Okay, well, that's good to know. I was going to say there was one little strand there that was kind of hard to... But it's kind of weird because it is kind of like you have a perpetual little stream of water right at your fingertips, which is neat. But... I feel like if you ever wanted to do any sort of like dry brushing, this would probably, maybe, I don't know. I got a little bit of stuff there. It's really hard to see in the camera, but it's there. Draw a colorful fish. Yeah, I could do that. You know what? For this area in particular, I might actually want to do kind of like a dry brush type of thing. If it lets me. We'll see. It doesn't look like it really wants to let me, but... It's definitely different, and it's not what I expect. Compared to like the other watercolor brushes that I had. It's just not the same. It's just not the same! So much pigment right here. Hi, can you move? Thanks. I want to move all of this pigment up here. Please be nice. Alright, this one's got to go. No, you got to go. You got to leave. The doctor's gone. Yeah, it doesn't want to leave. Whatever. Whatever. You do carry regular brushes in your art bag? I would probably carry regular brushes as well. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, what was the nice swatch that we had here? What's like a good... it's like a good... like tree. Like a bark. This is probably a good... What was this? This was the yellow ochre. This could be good for like the top. Actually, I don't know. Hard to say. Let's try, you know what? Instead, let's try the yellow sienna. Let's see what we can't get out of that for like the trunk of a tree. Yellow sienna. All right, I almost went to dip my brush. Don't need to. All right, this is, in fact... Well, I suppose, yeah, how do you clean it? I just realized that. You do kind of have to clean the tip, don't you? It's just not enough pigment getting picked up there. Paper towels and squeeze a bit? Oh, okay. Well, it didn't seem like any ran into my, it didn't seem like any ran into the, or any of the green ran into the yellow here, so I'm not too worried. Or into the yellow sienna. Yes, I'm not super worried about it. But definitely, I think in the future I'm going to have to be a little more concerned. Maybe it's got one root that's kind of coming out a little bit more than the others here. So just kind of... I just want more pigment from that, really. I feel like at this point, as much as I think these are cool and it's an amazing concept and it works, this is freaking awesome. I think I want to keep using my normal brushes. But I'm glad you convinced me to use it now, Shira. It's a good impression, and I wasn't confident that I was going to be able to even get this far with this, so this looks alright. Now I want something darker. I want to kind of, because I put in some light colors, so maybe we use like a, whatever the heck this is. Fourth from the bottom, a burnt sienna. So use a yellow sienna, and then we'll use a burnt sienna for the, okay, hang on. Clean the brush, just like Shira said. Beep, 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 beep. That green just dyed the tip of this thing, I swear to God. Ooh, okay, yeah. Well, actually, you can see this reservoir here fill as you squeeze. But okay. Let's pick up a crap ton of this burnt sienna, and then we gonna go to town. That's good. You could definitely do like a lot of kind of like fine detail stuff here. The pen is, or the tip is so fine. The texture of the paper, I think, is kind of coming through on some of these, but bring some of this pigment down here. Oh, there's just too much water there. Yeah, that's kind of an issue. There's just so much water to go down. And once it's on there, it's kind of hard to make it go away without, I think, trying to lift it somehow. Oh no. Oh geez, that lifted from the paper so easily. Uh-oh. Crap. I'm not squeezing it any more than I want to. Oh well. I imagine controlling the water flow of these things is an art form all within itself. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's got kind of really yellow bark. I didn't really anticipate that. I should use more of like a gray color. Alright, I want to... I think we got all of the burnt sienna pigment out of there now. Fine details for sure, and a large brush for solid, and the large brush for solid backgrounds. Oh yes, yeah. I am actually really excited. I think if I was doing more like wash type of stuff, this is probably what I'd want to use. I don't think I do very washy stuff, at least up until this point. Probably for the worst. I think I should probably do more of that, because it seems like one of the big advantages, a lot of the big advantages that watercolor has over a lot of other mediums. Considering it's kind of what it's known for, in my opinion. Alright, we need a chill yellow color. Let's try whatever, what is this? This is the yellow, no. This is tree green. Oh, literally tree green. Let's go for it. I don't know. It's not really giving me the same sort of yellow impression I was expecting. You know what? I probably should have done the yellow first. I think I learned my lesson. I wanted to kind of add some like yellow leaves to the tree here, but I realized that the base is just so green now. Whoa! Okay. The lemon yellow pan is like creamy now. Oh, you know what? But it's rather opaque in its current state. So that kind of works in my favor. I don't want to use it all up, but definitely does seem like there's an advantage to be taken here. But yes, for I think what I was going for, it doesn't quite work. Oh well, I know now. Design and like the development of artistic ideas and like their translation onto the page is like my weakest spot. I'm so bad at it. But I learn. I guess I get better every single time I try. Well, I'd like to think so, but I also forget a lot. And then maybe we take a darker sort of pigment. So what else was like a darker pigment? The one right next to it, I think, was probably... Wait, was that what we used, though? The Hooker's Green? What did we start with? We didn't start with the Hooker's Green, did we? I think we did start with the Hooker's Green. All right, let's go even darker than that. Let's use the deep Hooker's Green. Those hookers going in deep. Mmm. This sounds straight out of Animal Crossing. Wait. I could have sworn it was. Say you don't use watercolor a lot. What do you most prefer to create art with? Mostly digital. Is probably where I find myself the most. And then just sketching with pencil and paper. If I'm doing sketching, it's typically with a really soft pencil. I don't know if this is going to look any good, but... Oh, yo. You know what, though? The more water, the more... Yeah, I think it was just there's a lot of pigment coming out here all at once. I think it just kind of had to get added to the water here. And it's getting a little better. It's coming out okay. I think the camera is making it look a lot better than it actually is, in my opinion. But maybe that's just me being modest. I think it is actually not very good. But that's only because I have a vision in my mind and it's not quite getting there right. So... It's only because I know it's not quite doing what I need it to that I am in a weird spot with it. I don't want that much pigment on this brush. Maybe I should have left more holes in the actual, like, whatever that I did underneath this. And oh my god, I am in love with this paper, I must admit. I don't think I ever want to go back to using Canson ever again. I still have a whole pad of that stuff. I guess I'll use it up, but I'm never going to use it again. Never going to buy that. I thought it was supposed to be the good stuff. I paid good money for that, man. Shucks. Whatever, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not that bad, to be honest. I'm probably the prong paints that I was using were probably enough to warrant, I don't know, I was probably really doing some harsh stuff. Using some pretty harsh techniques just to get those prong paints to work. There's too many dots right here. I wanted to do, and this is kind of crazy, but I wanted to do a comic using watercolor paints. I was going to sketch everything out on like a sketchbook paper, and then I was going to use a light board to transfer that onto watercolor paper and then do the watercolor. Maybe I got a bad batch with the prong paints? I don't know. They are a low quality paint, so I'm not holding my breath for them. And I'm not about to buy another set of them, to be honest. With how much I hear about nicer sets, I almost just would rather... You know, if I'm going to spend my money from now on, I'm probably just going to spend the money on something a little nicer in the first place. Those freaking Daniel Smiths have been freaking glaring at me, and I get 30% off with my employees discount. So maybe it needs to happen. We'll see. If I could actually get myself to paint more, it would maybe be worth considering it then. But for now, I don't know if it's worth considering. For now, I should probably just use the Meleon paints because I like them. They look cool. How are we on water? Oh, so I thought this thing would run out of water a lot more quickly. And you know what? You know what? I'm sold. They're good. It's good. It's a good tool. It's awesome. I think it is... if I wanted to do a little mobile travel kit, yeah, yes, for sure. If I was gonna just be sketching at home, I want to use my brushes, I think. You know what? It's really hard to stop myself from buying brushes. The Smith brand is epic. Gemstone paints are super nice. Oh, yes. Yeah, one of the YouTubers I was just watching earlier was just saying how they had such a variety. And a lot of the YouTubers are like, well, they're overrated. And I'm like, you know what? And the YouTubers even say it too. They're like, they're overrated, but also they're good. Like, they're overrated, but also I still want to buy them and I still want to use them. Because they're good. So now I just think I need to get myself a set. Just for the heck of it. Just get that stupid blending set that keeps looking at me and then paint with it once and never touch them again. Because that's how I operate. I don't know how to make like the edge of the tree look very random. I feel like I'm really bad at that. But I'm kind of liking some of the little ideas that are happening here. Just a little. I don't want that much. I don't want that much. I just want a little. There's almost, the deep hooker's green is almost too deep. I don't want that much. There we go. That was nice. It's so funny. All right, well, not my proudest work. I think the lemon yellow was too much. I shouldn't have even tried with the lemon yellow. Should have went with the tree green. This tree green, I think, would have been closer to this color. But the lemon yellow, I think, is just too much. But now I know. I would love to experiment with these a little bit more in the future and a little bit more about the design. I think this is fine. I think this is cool, actually. I think I know a little bit more about how I want to do this in the future. Cool. Well, that was neat. Do I have Rita's where I live? Is it an art store? I've never heard of it. This light is so intense. But anyway, I think it's a little wet down here, as you can see, and probably up top here, but kind of dig some of the like stuff that we got going on here. I know the camera is not very good, so it's kind of hard to see, but that's okay. You guys don't need to see any of the fine details anyway. Trust me, you're not missing anything. But I do like, I don't know. It doesn't, when I kind of move it around and I'm looking at it at the camera, it kind of seems to like pop off the page a little bit. So I like whatever happened with the burnt sienna and the yellow sienna, I think kind of worked really well on that. Oops, I just touched it. Worked really well at the base of the tree there. And this paper is glorious! I know it's just Strathmore, but it's so much better than the Canson. Oh my god. The Canson was just falling apart. As soon as you go in and you try and scrape off or pick up any of the pigment, it just sucked. So I'm really happy with the Meliong paints. And as a matter of fact, sorry Prang, but I don't know if you're going to be used anymore. Kind of curious how opaque the white is. It's not very opaque. I think if anything, I'm picking up the yellow a little more. You can't even see it on stream, but... Oh, you know what? No, it's kind of opaque. It definitely lightens the color. I think that could be nice in certain situations. It's an interesting color to include in the pad. I don't really understand why you would buy a white watercolor, but... Okay. I would think if you wanted to use the color white in a watercolor painting, you just use a gouache, because it's gonna be more opaque right out the gate anyway. So it's Italian ice. Ah, I see. But yeah, I guess the tree looks okay. I don't hate it. I thought I was gonna have a lot more of an issue with it, but I don't. And I think this was just the right type of, like, the right size of paper too. I don't feel like I'm wasting the paper with it either, so. All right, let's paint a colorful fish. A colorful fish, I say, as I liberally add some black. As a matter of fact, I don't think black was really the color I wanted to go for, but we here now. Fish are weird. What was the gray one again? Hang on. Payne's gray. It's right here. I probably could have made this fish a little bigger, now that I'm looking at it. But this should be fine. I don't have anything to dry these more quickly. So it's just kind of all getting added to the... Oh, I don't want to get water everywhere. Sort of looks like a koi fish. Yeah, it looks kind of carpish. Carps are weird fish. I like carps. I'd say this is probably closer to a trout. This is more so what I was going for. I don't think trouts are carps, right? They're a trout. Maybe they are a carp. I don't know. Dude, I don't know shit about fish. People are coming into my stream to tell me, have me tell them fish facts. Like, who do they think I am? Who do they think I am? All right, are you dry yet? Nope, they're not dry at all. Okay, let's try and add a little bit more color. How about we add a little bit sky blue to the mix? Some color just like running up the back here. Definitely picking up a lot of the other color that's there, but... Eesh. Oy, 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 oy. Give me a croc fact. Well, what happened here? Hang on. Did like the corner, did I like stab a green with the corner of this? I think I did. Because there's green. I was like, saw a little spat on the desk and I was like, what is that? And then I realized that I think we got green everywhere. Anyway, a croc fact. Croc Ross. Hey, what's up, Sid? A croc fact. Saltwater crocodiles are one of the biggest reptiles, I think. Are they reptiles? I don't even know if they're considered reptiles. See, people come at, I can't tell you anything about things that go in the water. As soon as it touches water, I have no knowledge of it. Oh, it looks like the thing ended. Only Clems. I see. I'm glad to hear y'all are getting re-clears. That's awesome. Let's see. This is almost dry. I'll wait a little longer before I go back at it with the pen, though. I feel bad. I didn't even want the mount, and I rolled on the mount. But whatever. You know, with the swatching, I think it made sense to not flip the camera. If I flip this camera, is it going to look really bad? Transform. Flip vertical. Uh-oh. Oh, no. That was not what I wanted to flip. Transform. Flip vertical. Yeah, that doesn't look too good to me. I mean, you do kind of get it from my perspective, but the angle, I think, makes it look really weird. Yeah, see, it does look upside down, doesn't it? All right, I'd say that's probably, I think that is, that's probably good enough. Okay, how the heck do I draw like a fisheye? I don't know what a fisheye looks like. That's like too dark. let's get, I don't know, I really don't care what red we're going for here. How about something like a little dark, maybe not super bold. We could use the purple here. Probably be a good like gill color. Shoot, I'm so bad at this. I just like picked up all of this pigment that I just put down. Whatever. We getting a damn colorful fish. Doggone it. Alrighty, enjoy your night, Shira. I'm still gonna try and paint this colorful fish. Probably not do too well, but whatever. I'm just wrecking it more. People here? Who's here? It's still light outside. Alright, I'm just gonna... Alright. Pick up, because I want to draw something. Oh. I guess people are leaving. Yeah, so this pen works for, I think, larger, less detailed pieces, but as soon as I'm getting in here and I'm trying to do some light touches, it doesn't always work super well. But that is a lot of pigment. Too much piggies. I wanted to see if I could lift like this particular part and kind of give the impression that there's like a fin there, but I don't think it's gonna work. So I think if I just take some of this paint, which one's Payne's Gray again? Payne's Gray. That was the second to last. Okay, this is not going according to plan. But then again, when does anything I do go according to plan? Alright, so it's a little more abstract than I thought. Holy moly! This pen has no chill.
He has no style, he has no grace. This car has a funny face. He can handstand when he needs to and stretch his arms out.
Let's use some of the emerald.
Himself just like a balloon. this crazy car just sings this tune. Don't be calm. King Kong is here.
All right, let's do like a more like a violet for Watercolors right here. It's a little pigmented, but this one's, I think, a little stranger. And I don't know. Fish are hard. It looks like... Yeah, I don't even know if it's really coming through on the camera. It looks good from here. It's got like an eye, and it's like moving over. Okay, whatever. I don't need to explain it to you. It's a freaking fish. Oops. Anyway, so long story short, wow, it's only 6 p.m. Strathmore paper, excellent. Brush pens, different. Lots of water, lots of water. Meliong, excellent. Prung, sucks. Well, is different. I shouldn't say it sucks. Canson paper sucks. So, probably just leave that at that and keep the swatches, I guess, maybe with the Meliong thing, so that they're all together. All right, I don't know what to draw from now on, so I mean, I'll probably just close that one. Do I need to empty out the water here, or is something bad gonna happen if I don't empty out the water for this brush? I think I need to do that, so I think I'm just gonna dump it into my washing dish here for my normal brushes. And then we'll see how clean we can get the number 8 brush that we were using before, and how clean we can get the brush pen that we were just using. Looks like I was able to squeeze some blue hues out of it, so it wasn't completely clean, but should be good now, I think. It's kind of a gimmicky brush, but I think for a travel set, it could be really nice. It could be a very convenient way to carry around water with you if you were kind of on the run and you knew you wanted to do some painting that day. That's probably when I could see myself using something like that. Try and dry out my pipette here. I don't know if I'm done for the evening. I do have something to do in like 2 hours, so I might just take it easy. But yeah, I like this pad. I think I'm gonna buy more of these. I don't think I need them any bigger either. So this was a good choice today. Strathmore 400 watercolor. There's Series 400 right up here. And maybe next time I do this on stream, I can do a... Oh, what the heck? I didn't even realize that there was there's another page here. I guess I had flipped a page over, but we were drawing on the second page of the pad, it looks like. But whatever. I got this because I was thinking, well, if I want to be kind of like on the road and I just want to like keep a pad in my car to have, I could just use this one. So I think that's probably what I'm going to end up using this one for. It's probably just for keeping it in my car, even though it's really good. But it's small and kind of portable in that regard, so we'll see. I'm starting to think that maybe I need to be carrying around smaller sketchbooks. Just because it's going to allow me to be a little bit more detailed. And I think that that detail is kind of what I need to be practicing right now. And having a larger sketchbook doesn't really allow for that. So we'll see. I kind of always flip back and forth between like, I need a big sketchbook because like free movement of the arm, and like the bigger it is going to be closer to getting that sort of like ergonomic motion that I want out of my brush hand and out of my pens and pencils. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's good. I guess it does allow me to kind of like really get in there with the details, but I don't think I really need to get super crazy. And there's some watercolor journals out there that are really good about laying flat. I think in the future, if I was going to buy something, if I was actually shopping for them, there's one that I have my sights set on. I don't think this one, how many pages was this? 12 sheets. So this would not be very difficult to wear out. It was like $6, I think. $7? How much was it? Watercolor. Oh, with my discount, it was less than $5. So it would have been $7 by itself. So yeah, this is probably what I'm going to be buying in the future then. And forget Canson. Which is weird because ages ago, the operations manager at my location, or the previous operations manager, I guess she moved on to a different store, told me that the Cansons were going to be a higher quality than the Strathmore. But I just don't see it. I don't know what's up with that. I think I like felt the texture of the Canson versus the Strathmore, and I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want the Canson because it's like a smoother texture. Now that I'm going through the Strathmore stuff and seeing the stuff that I painted on this, I don't care about the texture anymore. I don't think the texture is bad, except with the fish. The fish was really hard to get just right. I'll admit. But the rest of it, I don't feel like... whatever. I lost my train of thought. I'm thirsty. So I don't know. In the future, I just realized that like this has been like slowly moving down, I think. Oh wait, no, I don't think it has. Whatever. It's interesting adventure, but I definitely want to use this more. I kind of want to just keep drawing. I get into this weird point where I'm like, I should just keep painting and drawing, and then I'm like, well, I'm just gonna, I don't know, something in my mind is like, don't do it. I don't know what that is. So maybe I could. I don't know. I kind of feel like sketching more so than anything, but I don't want to sketch in this because this is watercolor paper and this is expensive compared to the sketch pads. This was more than the sketch pads I have. I bought like an 80, it was like either a 80 or 100 sheet sketch pad for like $6. Or it was, the list price was $6, but then with my discount, it was like even less. And I bought like a few of them. So, I don't know. But this will be cool. I'm looking forward to using this more and painting more things with it. I just wish I had more things to like actually paint. I want to do more character stuff, but character work is like really exhausting for me. I don't know what it is. So, we'll see. We'll see. And maybe I should, you know what? There's still water in here. I don't completely trust it being completely put together while there's still moisture in the area. I think maybe I just need to let it like dry out for a little. So I'm going to put this back into the set. I'm just gonna kind of leave it open. And then the next time I pick it up, hopefully it is all set and done. Oh, you know what? We never ended up Never ended up using these, which is kind of sad because I really wanted to use them. What's even in here? Hang on, let's open it. I know this has been open previously. I think when I bought it, it was open. And then I checked to make sure it was 5 pieces, and it still is 5 pieces. Looks like there's some tape holding them together here at the bottom. Kind of weird. Maybe they knew that the thing was going to be crappy. Oh, it's not tape, it's just a plastic thing. Okay, this can go. This is trash. It's got like a metal... it says it's ABS handle, so that means it's plastic. This is goat hair. And I think this is just goat hair, actually. This one is a synthetic fiber, and this is supposed to be like for scrubbing. And man, now that I am feeling this with my finger, it is definitely super stiff. Holy moly. This one is a pointed round. You can tell they put a little chemical to like hold all the bristles together and keep its shape. You're supposed to soak it in water before you use it. So I'm looking forward to giving it this shot. Let's see, what else do we got? We got an 8 here and a 2. So I don't know. This is perfect. Like literally I got a flat. I got an 8 and a 2, which is like all I could ever want, to be honest. 1/2 inch flat. Yep. I don't know what to do with this or the scrub, but I mean, they're a little out there. I guess if I ever needed to do more swatching, maybe one of these would be really good. Or maybe the scrub would be really nice as like a certain utility brush, but for now it's just whatever. I don't have that much of a need for it. Also, I need to research how to do like a top-down camera setup. I would love to do something like that. I wonder, hopefully it doesn't cost too much. But now that I kind of have, like, there's so much more space with how I have this desk set up that I think I could do more of like a top-down setup. And that would be really cool for certain art streams. Why did I close this? I shouldn't have closed it. But yes, really looking forward to using these a little bit more. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe next stream we do something that involves these. Maybe for now we call it though, because I don't know if I'm gonna draw anything else or paint anything else. So, but I appreciate everyone who came out. Sorry if it was rather boring. I know there are some people who this is probably not their idea of fun, but it was kind of nice and calming for me, so I appreciate y'all bearing with me. Rawr. So yeah. See you later, alligators. Stay safe, stay healthy. Next stream is going to be tomorrow, Monday, the 12th. Today is 7-Eleven. Go get your free Slurpee. But the 12th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Be there, be somewhere else. What are we going to be doing? Hell if I know. I'd like to play a little bit more Celeste and get that kind of done. Probably just keep myself loose, but you know what? We'll see. We'll see. We shall see. I might just play it on my off time, and then if I ever decide to go for one of the greater achievements, I'll just try and record it and make a little, like, Let's Play highlight video of it, maybe, and share that instead of doing the whole stream. So, yeah, that's about it. Once again, see you later, alligators. Stay safe, stay healthy, all those wonderful things, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow, Monday, July 12th, at 4 p.m. Pacific time. For who knows what. Okay, bye. I wonder if we're gonna get DMCA'd for all the Nintendo music. I don't think we will.